Hello and welcome to the 2002 California ProAm, the 20th Annual California ProAm. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to be doing the amateur finals here in a few moments, probably about 5 more minutes before we get started. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Nautique, Dublin Toyota, Good Skis, Babes, Syndicate, Rich Storley with State Farm, D3 Skis, Eagle, Masterline, Zero Off, Dutch Bros, Radar, Wilderness Forestry Incorporated, Connolly, Stealth, Larry and Gwynn Ligon, Darcy Murray, Sanger Homes, and Big B Lumber. We're in our finals, our amateur finals. We are going to have, first off the dock, Rita Duke, Brandy Nagel, Daryl Smith, Jim Williams, George Canepa, Richard Storley, Will Bush, and Bob Hardiman. In order to qualify for this final, we had 2 rounds of slalom today, and it was your best round compared to your average. So you had 2 shots to ski against your average, and these people were the top 8 against. Most of them were in the positives. They're not going out in any seeded order. They're going out in the order in which they skied today. Again, so to start it off, we'll have Rita, Brandy, Daryl, Jim, George, Richard, Will, and Bob. And how this is going to work is this round is also handicapped. This third round of slalom, whatever they get, will be compared to their best round from today. So that should be starting up just a few moments. Of course, okay, and we'll go to commercial.
Only one Waterski brand holds all 6 world records. Masterline, made in the USA.
Michelle, what was Rick Storley's not really combat action? Welcome back. We are just about to start our first skier of the amateur finals, Rita Duke. And her best round today was 2 buoys at 32 off. So she'll be skiing against that round score here today to see what her plus or minus is in this amateur finals.
Here we go. All right, first skier, Rita Duke, 32 miles an hour, minus 1.5.
Rita will be starting at 32 minus 1.5 for her opening pass. Rita, of course, skis at Coyote Lake, not too far from here. And she's our ACJ of the weekend, getting our assignments done for who's judging in what place. Opening pass now for Rita, 32.15. Nice start, looking smooth, calm, and collected here as she winds her way through her opening pass. Six buoys and out the gates at 32.15 for her opener. It's been beautiful conditions all day here at Shortline. A huge thank you to Shortline Lakes for hosting this California Pro-Am, the 20th
Nice start,
California
looking
Pro-Am.
smooth, calm, and collected here as she winds her way through her opening pass. Real smooth, as we can see in this replay here.
Six buoys and out the gates at 32.15 for her opener. They'll be shortening the line to 22 off for Rita on her second pass. Thanks to our title sponsor, Nautique Boats, for powering this tournament, making it happen. And we're about to have Rita back on the water for her second pass at 22 off. She's got a ways to go to get into that green loop, 32 off, where she would like to better her score of 2 at 32 from earlier today. Here we go with Rita pulling out for her gates, 22 off. Getting a little down course, having to rush 5 a little bit, but no trouble there as she rounds 6 and out the gates at 22 off for her second pass. We'd like to thank the ski companies for helping us out and sponsoring this tournament. Good, HO,
Getting a little
Connolly,
down course, having to
D3,
rush 5
radar
a little bit,
skis. No trouble there as she rounds 6 and out the gates at 22 off her, as well as the other water sports equipment, Eagle, Masterline, Stealth, 0 off, Babes, Boat Care products. Shortening the line now to 28 off for Rita Duke. She'll need to run this pass to put the pressure on the rest of these competitors so that she can be in the money pass, where the score for her to beat is 2 at 32 off. Here's Rita now, 28 off. Nice pass there for Rita. She seems really calm through the whole pass. Good smooth handle control, kept a tight line the entire pass. All right, now see how much she can further her lead. She got 2 at 32 earlier today. If she gets beyond that, she'll be in the plus. Today, the highest someone skied over their average was Brandy Nagel with 0.67 buoys over her average. So if Rita was able to ski a buoy or two above her average, that would really set the benchmark.
Coming back at -3-2. On green.
And we've got Rita back on the water now. She's looking strong in this third round. 32 off, mean green. Not a bad start, stay with it. Little narrow at 2. All right, unofficially 2 buoys at 32 off. 2 at 32. So that puts her at a 0 for, which is a good place to be. Not negative, not plus. Because this is the amateur finals. Up next, we'll have Brandy Nagel, followed by Daryl Smith, Jim Williams, George Canepa, Rich Storley, Will Bush, and Bob Hardiman. So far, Rita Duke skiing the same as her best round from today with 2 buoys at 32 off. So that puts her at even Steven. And if you're just joining us, how this amateur final will work is how you ski in this round compared to your best round from earlier today. Dr. Brandy Nagel up next, going out at 34 minus 2-2. She is a short line homeowner. Several, Brandy and Will and George, 3 short line homeowners making it into this finals, which is good. Make all the prep worthwhile for them to put on this, to help put on this tournament. Brandy, 34 minus 2-2. As I was mentioning earlier today, Brandy is one of a handful of women that have won slalom, trick, jump, and overall at the Nationals. She's also a senior world's champion.
And that was a nice pass for Brandy at 22 off. They'll be shortening the line to 28 off. Brandy grew up skiing at Canyon Lake and then moved up here for her residency at UC Davis, where she was skiing at Liquid Zone, and then a few years back now became a homeowner here at Shortline. And her family skis out here. They 3-event family.
Randy coming back at -2.8.
On yellow.
$28 off now for Brandy Nagel. Pulling out nice and wide for her gates here. Nice smooth turn in. Good 28 off pass there for Brandy. Not sure when the last time she slalomed 3 times in one day is.
6 with a 9.5. 6 with a 9.5.
Shortening to 32 off up next. She got 2 at 35, was her best score of the day. So she'll need to get that to be in the tie with Rita for a 0 buoy adjustment for what's in the lead in this amateur finals.
It's 2 at 35.
Thank you to Dublin Toyota for being one of our sponsors of this tournament.
Coming back at 32.
Brandy Nagel back on the water. She'll be returning at 32 off. Staying away nicely there on her gate pull-out. Ooh, a little loose line at 1, but she's sticking with it. Come on, Brandy. All right. And another 32 off on the books for Brandy. Good skiing out there. Got a little deep there at 3 ball. And picked up some slack at 4. Had to pull long to 5 and hook turn. But she got through it. Stayed patient even though getting late there. So 35 off blue up next for Brandy Nagel. We just saw Rita Duke get 2 at 32, and that was her best round from this morning. So as I mentioned, she's at a 0 adjustment, which is a good place to be. And now Brandy Nagel will be coming back in at 35, and her best round from today was 2 at this pass. So she has a chance to take the lead here. Put herself in the positive, get a good start, gets a piece of 3 ball, and she'll be in the positive. Oh, having a stretch for 2. And, oh, couldn't quite hang on to get the full 2. So it looks like 1.5. So that's a confirmed 1.5 at 35 for Brandy Nagel, which puts her at a -0.5. So currently sitting in second place behind Rita Duke in this handicapped amateur final. Up next, we'll have Daryl Smith. He got 3 at 38. Jim Williams will be after Daryl. He got 2 at 35. Then followed by George Canepa with 2.5 at 38. Rich Storley with 2 at 39. Will Bush with 4 at 38. And Bob Hardiman with 4 at 35.
Next up, Daryl Smith, 34 minus 2.8.
Daryl Smith, 34 minus 2.8.
Daryl minus 2.8.
Brandy, I think you should ski 3 times a day more often.
I know. I'm like, I haven't skied this many passes in a day in probably 4 years.
Here we have Daryl Smith on the water now. His opening pass, 28 off.
I do love this stuff. It's fun to have some.
Yeah.
Daryl on a D3 Neo, making it look good out there. Six buoys on his opening pass of 28 off. Daryl owns a grocery outlet down there in the near the Bay Area, and he's been a long-time supporter coming out to these pro-ams. He's also a, I believe he's a Berkeley Waterski Club member. Making that 28 off look easy. Shorting the line now to 32 off. So he has his work cut out for him to get past 3 buoys at 38 off.
Yeah, I'm replaying you every time right underneath the exit. And then this one popped up after I played you a second time.
He's got an average of 98.7 buoys, so he exceeded his average getting that full 3 at 38. So getting a piece of 4 is very possible for him.
All right, Daryl coming back at minus 3.2.
But we've got a couple passes to go yet to get there.
I'm not doing it through replay.
Daryl Smith now his second pass, 32 off. Nice tight in 1, early for 2. Great 32 off pass there for Daryl Smith. Okay, so he's going to have to run the next pass and then get midway through the next one to take a shot at our leader, Rita Duke, who, in order to get a 0 adjusted score, got 2 at 32 off. And then Brandy Nagel is currently sitting behind Rita with a -0.5. She got 1.5 at 35 just a moment ago, and the score she needed to beat was 2 at 35. Yeah.
Yes.
So this leaderboard is not accounting for the handicaps and skiing against their average. It's just the current scores right now. Daryl Smith coming in now for his 35 off pass. I believe we have Greg Bedell, our tournament director, driving that beautiful Nautique out there. Daryl Smith, 35 off. Had to pull a little hard to get around 6. out the gates 35. All right, now he's into his money pass. I'd like to say a few things about our title sponsor, Nautique. The Nautique brand offers a variety of superior quality inboards. To see the complete Nautique product line, visit nautique.com today. Stay connected with Nautique Boats via Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube for the latest updates. And join the conversation using hashtag Nautique Boats. And if you have a picture from the event, share it on social media using the hashtag Nautique Boats, and be sure to tag Nautique using @Nautique Boats. So if you're having a good time here at the California Pro-Am, make sure to hashtag our title sponsor. We've got Daryl Smith in the hole at the south end of the lake. He'll be returning at 38 off. Needs a piece of 4 ball in order to get at the 0 mark. I'm sorry, needs a full 3 to get at the 0 mark, and a piece of 4 to get in the positive. Not a bad start. Oh no, just going out the front at 2 ball. 1.5 at 38. So that puts him at a minus 1.5. So confirmed 1.5 at 38 off for Daryl Smith. So our leaderboard for given the adjusted counts, Rita Duke with a 0, Brandy Nagel with a -0.5, followed by Daryl Smith with a minus 1.5. Rita got 2 at 32 to do that. Brandy got 1.5 at 35, and Daryl Smith just got 1.5 at 38. Up next, we will have Jim Williams, George Canepa, Rich Storley, Will Bush, and Bob Hardiman to round out our amateur finals.
All right, next up we have Jim Williams, 32 minus 2.8.
Jim Williams will be coming out on his opening pass of 32 miles an hour minus 28 off.
Williams, 32.28.
Jim got 2 at 35 in his best round today. Nice wide on his gate pull out. Little bounce. Little bobble there from 5 to 6, but still no problem on his opening pass of 32 minus 2.8. And that's a confirmed 6 at 28.
All right, next we're bringing him up at 34.
Jim Williams skis at Lake Nacimiento. It's from Paso Robles. And they'll be speeding the boat up to 34 miles an hour, 28 off for his second pass. Jim's back on the water now, returning 34-28 off. Men's 6 competitor, 2 from men's 6 made it in today, Jim Williams and George Canepa. Bless me. All right, nice skin out there for Jim. Round 6. They'll be shortening to 32 off now. Kept the line nice and tight around 1. Seemed pretty calm the whole pass.
Scoring confirmed 6 at -28.
So Jim Williams will need to run this and get into 35 and go beyond 2 at 35 to bump himself into the plus territory. But he'll be returning at 32 off now on the green loop. He's on a good XTR team. And good, one of our sponsors here today as well. Jim Williams, 32 off. Oh, just going down around 5, unofficially 4.5. All right.
I'm not getting sure back.
I'll get you his total buoy count in just a second. What was that total buoy count, please, Judy?
ProAm just crashed.
What's that?
88.5.
Okay, that's 88.5. So that's 3.5 minus 3.5 there for Jim Williams. So far, our leader is still Rita Duke with an adjusted score of 0, followed by Brandy Nagel with a -0.5, Daryl Smith with -1.5, Jim Williams with -3.5. George Canepa is up next. He's our second short line home court skier.
George Canepa, 34 minus 2.8.
George Canepa will be going out at 34 minus 2.8. He got 2.5 at 38 earlier today.
-28.
All right, here comes George, opening pass. George on a D3 R1, Energy R1, one-handed gate. Nice angle out of 2. Six and out the gates there for George on his opening pass. Great position out of 2 ball.
Scoring confirmed 6 at -28.
George does a real good job with line control as well. Takes it out all the way to the buoy. I never really see him get a slack line. Again, thank you to Big B Lumber and Sanger Homes, as well as Larry and Gwen Ligon, Darcy Murray, Stealth, Connolly, and Wilderness Forestry Inc. for being some of our sponsors here this weekend. George will be returning at 32 off Mean Green. Here's George Canepa, second pass, 32 off. Got a little sucked in there on his gate, but his one ball turn was pretty good. Staying nice and connected off the second wake. Good work of that 32 off pass for George. Okay, so this 35 off up next will be a must-run pass for him. I'd like to thank our other sponsors, Dutch Bros, Zero Off, Masterline, Eagle, D3, Rich Storley with State Farm Insurance, Syndicate, Babes Boat Care, Good, Dublin Toyota, and of course our title sponsor, Nautique Boats. George is our fifth skier in this amateur final. Still in the lead, Rita Duke.
George come back at -3.5. On blue.
It's been a beautiful day here for the 20th annual California Pro-Am here at Short Line Lake in Elk Grove, California. All right. George from the north end of the lake now at 35 off. Come on, George. All right, and he's done it again, unofficially 6 buoys at 35 off for George Canepa. Great skiing out there. So now in order to be in the positive, he'll need a full 3 buoys at this next pass of 38 off. He got 2.5 earlier today, was his best round. So he needs a 2.5 to tie our leader, Rita Duke. If he gets a 2, he'll be tied with Brandy Nagel. And if he gets a 1, he'll be tied with our third place, Daryl Smith. They're shortening the line to 38 off there for George Canepa. He actually skied above his average, a half buoy above his average to get into this final. His average is 2 at 38, and he got a 2.5. Let's see what damage he can do here. George Canepa, 38 off. Good skiing, George, looking like an unofficial 2 buoys at 38. So that puts him at a -0.5 in tied position with Brandy Nagel. I'll have to find out what we're going to do about ties. With 3 skiers left, Richard Storley, Will Bush, and Bob Hardiman. And again, if you're watching this live, the scoring, that's not really first through fifth because we do have adjusted scores, but that just lets you know what they scored in this third round of slalom.
Next up, Rich Storley, 32 minus 2.8. 32 minus 2.8.
Rich Dorley will be at 32 minus 2.8.
Early at minus 2.8.
Storley got 2 at 39. And Rich Dorley with State Farm Insurance is one of our sponsors here this week, so a big thank you to Rich Dorley. He's been a longtime sponsor of one of the sponsors of this event. I believe Rich just moved into men's 7 after nationals. Stays connected really well off the second wake. Feeds the handle out nice and slowly. In a good stack position there as he's crossing the wakes.
6 and 6.
6 buoys.
You can earn 6 at minus 2.8.
Really solid skier out there. Very little extraneous movement. Shortening the line to 32 off. Rochelle, do you know what you're doing about ties?
The only tie they run up will be for first place 1. And then I'm not sharing it with right now. I'm not sure.
Rich coming back at minus 3.2.
On green.
Storley coming back in for his second pass at 32 off. He's got quite a few more passes to go to get into his money pass of 39.5 off. Looking good through this 32 off pass as Rich Storley heads over to 6 ball and out the gates. He skis at Coyote and as well as Twin Cities. He's a 3-time regional champ.
Going to earn 6 at minus 3.2.
6 confirmed to 32 off for Rich Storley. He'd like to give a shout out to Greg and Debbie for putting on this awesome event. Shortening the line now to 35 off for Rich Storley.
Coming back at minus 3.5.
Rich back on the water now, 35 off for his third pass. He's got to run this and the next one to get a shot at our leader, Rita Duke. Keeping his speed up nicely on his gate turn in. Good back arm pressure into each buoy. 35 off. No problems there. 6 buoys for Rich Storley.
And confirm 6 minus 3.5.
38 off up next for Rich, and he ran it earlier today in his best round. In his backup round, he got 4:38. He was just .17 buoys under his average to get into this. But this 38 off is a must-run pass.
Fish coming back at -3.8.
We've had a couple people into 38 in this amateur final, but we have not had someone run it. So far, George Canepa just got 2 at 38, followed by Daryl Smith, 1.5 at 38. But Storley is now coming in from the south end of the lake. 38 off. Oh, huge one. Had quite a bit of space at 2. Let's see if he can stay with it. Deep at 3. Come on, Rich. Go. Picking up some slack at 5, 6. All right, Rich Storley, 38 off. Great skiing. All right, he's going to need a piece of 3 ball to get into the positive at 39. He's got his work cut out for himself, but he just ran a great 38 off. Let's watch this pass again. Lost some angle out of 1, but he still ended up early at 2. A little bit of a loose line. Fell back somewhat out of 3. But he just stays calm and patient. Same thing at 5. 3.5 got him a little bit, but nevertheless 6 and out the gates. A completed pass at 38 off for Rich Storley. $39.5 off up next. All right, he's already 2 buoys away from a 0 score.
Back at -3.9.
He's going to need to get past 2 balls, so a piece of 3 to challenge our leader, Rita Duke. Here he comes, 39.5 off. Big one, gets crushed a little bit. Around 2, because he hang on to the slack. Oh, and he loses the handle. Looking like an unofficial 1.5. Great skiing out there for Rich Storley. So far it looks like we have 3 people tied for second with a -0.5. Rich Storley, George Canepa, and Brandy Nagel. Still in the lead, Rita Duke, skiing the exact same as her best round, 2 at 32. With 2 more skiers left, Will Bush and Bob Hardiman. Will Bush will be up next. He got 4.38 in his best round today. Will Bush and Bob Hardiman left for this amateur final. And Rita Duke, our first skier off the dock in this third round, still has the lead, matching her best round performance today with 2 at 35. Followed by Brandy Nagel. She got 1.5 at 35. Tied with George Canepa, who got 2 at 38, and tied with Rich Storley, who got 1.5 at 39. But now we have Will Bush on the water coming in at 32 miles an hour, 28 off. Will on a D3 Neo, making it look good out there. He is your 2022 men's 8 slalom champion. And you can see why as he makes 6 and out the gates on his opening pass at 28 off. Will, our third short line lake skier to make it into this amateur final.
my boat on my lake, and I screwed up. I didn't screw up, but like I didn't go as far as I should have.
32 off up next for Will Bush.
That's why I don't do slalom in our place anymore, just trips, because it never goes well.
Will is now a Hall of Famer, by the way. Congratulations to Will for all that he's done to put back into the sport. We thank him. Will and Elaine do a lot, not only in the front of the scenes, but also behind the scenes. Drivers extraordinaires. Here's Will Bush coming in for his second pass, 32 off. Good angle out of one, waiting on two. Kind of over-rotated his shoulders there a little bit at two ball, but hanging with it. Whoa, almost going out the front there from 5 to 6, but he calmed back down. 6 buoys at 32 off. Let's see that again. Will's looking tired as he pulls out at the end of the lake. He had a good start here. Just got pulled a little forward there. Not too bad. 35 off up next for Will. In that round where he got 4:38, he just kept going. He was narrow at 2, but then he really made up some time at 3 and got over to 4.
Hello? Oh, he did? So that was 35? Oh, okay, thank you for breaking it.
So I just got a report that was actually 35 off. He went out at 32.
We'll come back at -38.
All right, so Will is now, sorry for that, my apologies. He's now on 38 off. So this is the pass he got 4 earlier today. Let's see if he can exceed that and get into the positive and be our first skier to get into the positive. Will Bush, 38 off. Come on, Will. Go. Go. Oh, just skipping out there at 3 ball. That was a good start for Will. 2.5 buoys at 38. Good skiing, Will Bush. Two and a half at 38 off, confirmed for Will Bush. So that ties him with a minus 1.5 with Daryl Smith. So in the lead, we have Rita Duke skiing her best round today of 2 of 32, followed by Brandy Nagel, George Canepa, and Rich Storley, each with minus a half. And then Daryl Smith and Will Bush with minus 1.5, and Jim Williams with minus 3.5. We have one skier left to go, Bob Hardiman. And his score to beat would be 4 at 35 for him to get into the positive. So he'll need a piece of 5 ball at 35. He was at 32 miles an hour. Yeah. So one more skier in our amateur finals here. We'd like to thank our title sponsor, Nautique Boats, Dublin Toyota, Good Waterskis, Babes Boat Care, Syndicate by HO Skis, State Farm Insurance with Richard Storley, D3 Skis, Eagle Wetsuits, Masterline, Zero Off, Dutch Bros, Radar Skis, Wilderness Forestry, Connolly, Stealth, Larry and Gwynn Ligon, and Darcy Murray, Sanger Homes, and Big B Lumber. Thank you for being our sponsors and making this 20th annual California Pro-Am possible. And, of course, a huge thanks to Greg and Debbie Bedell for putting this on and making it a seminal tournament out here in the West. Bob Hardiman will be starting at 28 off. 32 miles an hour, 28 off for Bob Hardiman. Bob Hardiman also won nationals in Kansas this year. Several national champions made it into this final today. Bob got 4 at 35. Not too long ago, he was the last skier of the second round, so he had a little bit of a break, 7 skiers before he had to come back out here again. About 45 minutes to an hour he skied to go. Bob elects to ski 32 miles an hour, but in men's 9, his top speed is actually 30 miles an hour, so he doesn't get that extra 6 buoys when he's skiing L tournaments. But I was talking to him earlier today, and he just likes 32 miles an hour better. You can get freer on the boat. A little easier to get freer on the gate pull out and at the buoy. They're shortening the line now to 32 off for Bob Hardiman on his second pass. Bob skis at Coyote Lake. So one of his training partners, Rita Duke, who's in the lead right now. Bob's also been a long-time Berkeley Waterski Club member. Bob 32 off, second pass. He's our final skier for this amateur final. Come on, Bob. All right, 6 buoys, 32 off for Bob Hardiman. Everyone's skiing pretty close to their best performance today in this final round, just 2 buoys off or less. He's going to need a piece of 5 ball. If he gets a piece of 5 ball, he'll win this amateur final. Rita Duke still has the lead, tying her best performance from today with 2 buoys at 32 off. All right, we've got Bob Hardiman
Bob coming back at minus 3.5.
up and back on the water from the north end, 35 off here at Shortline Lake, our last skier of the day. We'll find out if we have any runoffs or not shortly. I know we're still figuring that out, but here comes Bob Hardiman. 35 off, needs a piece of 5. Ooh, a little back out of 1. Come on, Bob, stay with it. Oh, just losing it there at 2 ball. 1.5.
Confirmed 1.5 at minus 3.5.
We're going to field the boat down here.
Okay, so that concludes the amateur finals. Congratulations to Rita Duke for winning the amateur final, getting 2 buoys at 32 off. Followed by, in second place, we have a tie with Brandy Nagel, George Canepa, and Rich Dorley, each getting a half under their best performance from today. And then we have Will Bush with minus 1.5 from his best performance today. Then Bob Hardiman with a minus 2.5, and Jim Williams with minus 3.5. We'll let you know how those placements with all those ties are going to go in just a little bit. But congratulations to all of our amateurs today, especially Rita Duke. Congratulations.
We'll do the
We'll do the awards
awards ceremony shortly.
ceremony shortly.
AG, you're probably going to have to move the car.
I can have Rita, Brandy, George, Rich, Daryl, Will, Bob, Jim all head down here to the announcing tower, middle of the lake. We will do your award ceremony. Rita, Brandy, George, Rich, Daryl, Will, Bob, and Jim. Make your way on down here. Bring your skis and your cameras. We'll try to do the award ceremony as quickly as possible.
Right here.
Again, all of you amateur finalists, please make your way on down to the judges' stand here midway down the lake. Rich Storley, we need you down here at the announcing booth, mid-lake at the judges' tower. Rich Storley. If we could have all of the 8 finalists, Jim Williams, Bob Hardiman, Will Bush, Daryl Smith, Rich Storley, George Canepa, Brandy Nagel, and Rita Duke, please come on down to the judges' tower.
Only one water skiing brand holds all 6 world records. Masterline, made in the USA.
We are going to announce the winners of the amateur portion of the 2022 California Waterski Pro-Am, the 20th annual, held here at Shortline Lake. So, for amateurs, in 8th place today, Jim Williams. In 7th place, Bob Hardiman. In 6th, Will Bush. In 5th place, Daryl Smith. In 4th place, Rich Storley. Yeah. In 3rd place, George Canepa. In 2nd place, Brandy Nagel. And your 2022 amateur champion, Rita Duke. Congratulations. Your 2002 amateur champions. Great skiing, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for a good first day to the California Pro-Am this year. We will be starting again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. with open women's slalom, open men's slalom, then in the second round of that, followed by open women and men jump. And then we'll have our finals Sunday morning, so please tune in for that. Congratulations once again to our amateur winners. Our champion Rita Duke taking home the gold.